Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. And thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel, guys, as you can see, we're going to be doing a review only of the latest member of the cartoon collection, and that of TRI-KLOPS. Finally, we're getting a filmation version or cartoon collection version of TRI-KLOPS. In the collection, we'll take a look at the figure in the packaging, the beautiful artwork he comes with. We'll compare this version of TRI-KLOPS to his vintage version from the Origins line, and go from there. And of course, I also will compare him to the Super 7 Classic version of the Filmation version of TRI-KLOPS. All right. Now, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at TRI-KLOPS from the Filmation cartoon. And I guess you could say the actual, this is the actual like real version of TRI-KLOPS from the Filmation cartoon. All right, the actual looking version of TRI-KLOPS. All right, and of course I am so excited. All right, this is being my number one favorite figure of all time right here. Of course, let's do a deep dive. Of course, you have the 40th anniversary She-Ra sticker. You have Hordak in the background right there. He-Man and the Master Universe Filmation style logo. TRI-KLOPS, evil and sees everything. With that, of course, amazing artwork of the red smoke and fire, and gulping Grayskull with the Hordak above Grayskull from the Filmation cartoon Grayskull. Oh, there he is. There's old TRI-KLOPS in the packaging. All right, got the cartoon collection logo. Comes with the I think stasis ray. I think no weapons other than that. No blaster, no sword. Just the item with the stasis ray. All right, but still absolutely amazing. The same comic we just saw with Man-E-Faces, which is the Slime Lord comic. And of course, once I do get this, another variant of TRI-KLOPS along with Man-E-Faces and anybody else, I will do a full unboxing, and I do hope you will join me for that. I just got pre-ordered, the next wave, which is TRI-KLOPS, Man-E-Face, and Hordak. So hopefully very soon I will have my second variants. And I hope you will join me for that, for the do a full unboxing. All right, but today is just reviewing the figure itself. All right, and it's the little things. It's the little things I've just noticed about this version of TRI-KLOPS that I never thought about, which is funny. But we'll talk about that more once we get into the deep dive, when we compare him to his vintage version of the Origins line of TRI-KLOPS. All right, of course, you get the Mattel logo here. Flip it back around. And there he is, nice glamour shot, or beautiful artwork right there. Okay, Grayskull, there he is, using it's the rock softener. Sorry, the rock softener on He-Man, and this is part of the Royal Cousin. I remember this episode too. There you go. There's that Prince Adam's little cousin right there. Where's the cross sell of the other figures in this line? And we looked at Man-E-Faces. I just got Hordak shipped out to me, so hopefully very soon we'll do a review of Hordak, my first variant of Hordak, okay? And I found these, if you're curious about where I'm getting these figures right now off of eBay, and some places you can find them at a good price, okay? That's where I found Man-E-Faces, TRI-KLOPS, and Hordak, and they're not, and the prices are not that bad, All right, it's a little warnings and stuff like that. All right, of course, like the the vintage version of TRI-KLOPS, you can move the visor around. Of course, turn visor for different eye to spy for Skeletor right there. All right. All right, now onto the figure. Now, what gets me, which is funny, being a huge fan of this amazing figure here. I never thought, I never put two and two together, that, let me put his vintage version here, his vintage Origins variant here, next to his Filmation style variant. I never put two and together that the Filmation version of TRI-KLOPS had brown hair. Okay, I'm sure you guys did, but I never thought of it, because I mean, I never, or the fact that he wore brown trunks, and then of course the vintage version, from the '80s to, the Origins variant, the first variant had black trunks to the boots as well. I never put that together. I never thought even the center of the even the whole outfit, is very different. Of course, the visor, as you know, is you can see it's much smaller, of course, than the vintage version. He has that strap around his face right there. So I never put that together. When I saw, vintage version of TRI-KLOPS, do even Origins, I never, put those together. Like the Filmation, I just saw TRI-KLOPS and I was like, yes, I mean, that's amazing. I love it. So I never thought about it. I didn't look past the actual function of TRI-KLOPS, with the visor, moving it around to switch into different eyes and stuff like that. To even the green outfit, even the outfit, it has a much different green tone to it, as compared to the vintage Origins variant of TRI-KLOPS. Which this is more a direct, of course, look of the '80s variant, which I do have. Hang on, let me show you my '80s variant of TRI-KLOPS. Hang on, everybody. All right, everybody. So I just put down my vintage version of TRI-KLOPS, and I will say with the vintage version, you notice that with the Filmation cartoon variant, it does capture that same green tone vibe of the color of from the armor from the Filmation to the vintage '80s look, where the Origins, has a much more lighter green tone to it. Okay, so the Filmation cartoon, follows the look and feel of the color tone, at least, of the armor of the vintage '80s version of TRI-KLOPS, right there. All right. But I never thought, like, he's got different color brown hair that matches his trunks to his boots. I never thought about that. I just thought about his actual function and look of him. How cool it was to be able to even the eye, even the eye itself. You can see it's much different. Eye. I think the eye is the same throughout the body, which I'll show you here in a minute. Here, guys, hang on. Get the vintage guy right here. Of course, the vintage version, as has different color eyes and stuff like that. You can switch around. All right. Or this one, he's got a square right there in the front. To the side, he's got a circle. Sorry, guys. And then I think the other one has a triangle on it right there. But it's the same color tone eye lid. It's a brown eye. So, and the fact that it's like strapped around him. So, at some point, when he's not, helping Skeletor, spy on He-Man, he can take that visor off and he's got two pair of normal eyes, So this is just enhances his look. So he's like the evil version of like Mechanic in a way, and that he can spy on, on the good guys. So this visor here, allows him to see, and help Skeletor, find He-Man and his friends. All right. So very cool. Very cool. And of course, let's look at the classic version of TRI-KLOPS. All right, here he is. Came out in 2018. Right there. Of course, I want to thank Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics once again for this amazing book. Of course, this version of TRI-KLOPS came with a sword and a blaster, which it would have been kind of nice. It would have been nice to have at least a sword with this version of TRI-KLOPS, which I don't see it. Hang on, unless I'm mistaking here. Yeah, they don't have it. So it would have been nice. It would have been a nice touch if this version of TRI-KLOPS would have had that same type of sword, but we just saw right here in classics here, or maybe even the blaster. Of course, there he is, right there. Right, and of course the eyes right there. You can see the square, the circle, and the triangle. There he is, side to side, front to back. But yeah, I mean, being a big fan of this amazing figure, I never like when I saw him finally, and of course, this is in this scale, this is the only time, besides classics, that we got the Filmation variants of TRI-KLOPS. I know Super 7 did a small little line, seen on TV, like here, like She-Ra here, like the Master Universe Super 7 right here. Unfortunately, yeah, they did not do a TRI-KLOPS figure, and I was hoping that we would compare that one, but but I don't see it. Hang on, everybody. Make sure. Hang on, Stratos. Hang on. Yeah, you got a bunch of Terror, Jaguar, Wolf variants, Tila, and then Trapjaw. Okay, and that's it. So Trapjaw right there is the final figure of the Super 7 line right here of the vintage 5.5 scale figures from the Filmation cartoon. So they never gave us an actual 5.5 scale variant or version of TRI-KLOPS from the Filmation cartoon. So this is the very first ever in the collection, I believe, except for the classics variant, of TRI-KLOPS. So this is a very cool first time ever. Unless I'm mistaken, let me know. I think I'm not mistaken here. So very cool. And like I said, like giving us, it's like I said, like, it's those little things that I just noticed that I never put two to two together. Like the fact that the vintage version had black trunks and black boots and black hair, where his Filmation variant has brown hair, brown trunks, and brown boots. But it's still, running down the articulation way, you can pop off the head, you can pop off from the arms, you can pop from the waist. If you do prefer, the black trunks or the black boots over the brown trunks, I mean, you can mix and match. You can come up with some really, if you like the armor right there, but you love this head sculpt, with TRI-KLOPS. Do you like the bracelets with the little, like, more detail from the 80s variant or the vintage version? Even the face, he's got the big, like, teeth, like with the vintage version of Origins, supposed to representing the, well, I guess no, because even the vintage version, the 80s variant of TRI-KLOPS did not have the teeth. You can see no teeth at all. This one has the teeth, like this angry, and this one does not. He's got more of a sad frown to it right there, and this one does not. So, I mean, but if you do prefer, one with the teeth, out, you can mix and match, as we know. You can customize. You can come up, with your own version of TRI-KLOPS, with the parts. Well, even with that, I wish I don't have right now with me. I do have it, but not with me. The fan voting version, the mini comic book version of TRI-KLOPS. So you can come up with some really very unique versions, and I cannot wait to unbox him to have in my collection. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But there you go, guys. Like I said, full articulation. You move the arms, from the boots, from the waist. Amazing, absolutely incredible. For the first time ever, having the actual version of TRI-KLOPS in my collection. Don't get me wrong, this is still an amazing variant, a classic variant, but actually having the Filmation version, the one that started it all, the one where I watched, because if you remember in the first episode of Filmation, when Skeletor was calling out for his, bad guys, he was part of that group, of evil, minions, from Beastman to Evil Lyn to Trapjaw to Merman, and of course TRI-KLOPS. So finally we have the full collection, the full, circle of bad guys that help Skeletor, and that's why I feel like TRI-KLOPS is part of that Mount Rushmore of bad guys under Skeletor, with Evil Lyn, Beastman, of course, Trapjaw, Merman, and now TRI-KLOPS. Amazing, absolutely, and of course his little rock softener right there, not too bad, pretty cool for what it is. All right. But the figure itself, amazing. Absolutely amazing. The look, he looks amazing. The face sculpt. The visor, it's a little weird. Yeah, I will admit that. It's a little small. But it perfectly, gives great detail of the Filmation cartoon. That's what he looked like in Filmation. So they absolutely, killed it and looks amazing. Compared to his 80s variant, or I guess 80s Origins variant, with the visor much more wider, it's out more, spread out on the figure here. But amazing. I keep saying amazing because, I mean, it's incredible. It's, for the first time, getting this incredible figure in my collection. Of course, as the Filmation style Origins figures have more detail in the knees right there, or in the legs right there. You can see more muscle definition in the legs right there. They're about a half-inch taller, as in the normal variant of TRI-KLOPS or vintage TRI-KLOPS Origins. All right, but if you prefer him having the sword, you can give him the sword if you wish. You can do whatever you want, in your collection. But there you go, guys. There's a look at the Filmation style version of TRI-KLOPS. All right. Like I said, I got him on eBay, and some places are, because it's Christmas time, they are giving deals out. So if you just look around for the right seller, I'm sure you might be able to find one at a good price. So I do hope you will be able to find TRI-KLOPS, Manny Faces, or Hordak, or anybody you need in your collection. All right. All right, guys. I'd like to take time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Once again, I will do a full unboxing with any of these figures that I can. I do keep my promises, guys. I'm out on the hunt for anything new from retail. From the Princess of Power, from She-Ra, to Ram Man, to Montana. I'm still on a hunt for those right now. Big Bad Toy Story just announced a few days ago that they are getting their shipping in very soon, and hopefully they will be shipping them out to me very soon. And of course, I do hope you will join me to unbox these figures, including when TRI-KLOPS comes out, and Manny Faces and Hordak, and anybody else. I do hope you will join me when we do that. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay. Of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell when I upload new videos like those unboxings. And tomorrow we'll be doing my top 5 favorite Turtles of Grayskull figures, the single carded figures, not the deluxe figures. I did that like a couple weeks ago. So I did my my least favorite to my favorite. Those of the deluxe figures. I'm talking about single carded figures of the Turtles of Grayskull line, my top 5 in 2024. So I do hope you join me for that. So I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.